And we are live. So YouTube, as always, you're with us first.
Still have you in my head, so you can.
That's Big B working in the background, but he's still with us tonight. And here we go, live radio.
Yep, but I'll keep you in my ears.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundaries. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of big men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place where I get a shot and a beer, steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on hot day?
Mr. Clayman, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power bundle!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Indeed, this is Cave Crew Radio, and it's great to be here. We are live every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, over at cavecrewradio.com. We'd love to see you over there sometime. I am live from my cave in the Big Smoke, and I am prepared to answer that question this week. We'll get to that in a little while. It is cold as shit here, and well, that's really all I got. And oh, by the way, my name is DK, man of 87 names, as my loyal partner likes to say sometimes. I know you're working, and you're probably got that. I don't know what bottle of scotch you're on so far. You're going to have to report that to us now over in Queens. What's going on there, big boss man?
Yes, I am live from the land of ice and snow, apparently. Drinking some Woodford Reserve and some Occulto tequila beer. I am Sir Big B.
Delicious. That's delicious.
It's wonderful. It's beer brewed in tequila barrels.
Now, that's something. I don't even know if they have that in Canada.
It's wonderful. Let me tell you.
I like the bottle.
Wonderful beer.
Hang on, we got to get Big B on camera here. Hold up that bottle again.
There we go.
Occulto.
Yeah, it's a wonderful beer.
Now, before we introduce our special guest, how many bottles of scotch? Because let's fill everybody in again here.
Yeah.
You are on your other show, Metal Thunder Radio, Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. What station are you on now?
We are on Metal World Radio every Monday night, live at 9 p.m.
And again.
No. We've been on that for like a month or so now.
You switched to Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Tuesdays.
Okay, because I've been sending everybody there Tuesday. That's why you're not getting any listeners. But
no, you're right. Tuesday nights. Every Tuesday night, live at 9 p.m. We're also replayed on 102.7 WSNR, which we just found out yesterday or the day before that we are the #1 show on 102.7 WSNR.
And that is,
thank you for everybody
awesome.
for listening.
That's awesome. And Cave Crew Radio, since the departure of our dear English friend, who we'll talk about shortly, we've slipped a fifth on the podcast radio network Saturdays at 8 o'clock. But we're still getting a lot of views, which is nice, or listens, whatever it is.
We will get it back.
We'll get it back somehow. We'll figure out something. I have an idea to run by you guys later.
Okay.
Anyway, bring our guest in, and then we'll kind of talk about what we're doing tonight.
So this week, I'm glad to have on my good friend who I've known for, God, 20 plus years.
Yeah.
We were all friends back in the days when we were playing in the band and all that. He was in a band. We were in a band. We were all hanging out together. My dear friend, Eric Terzo. Everybody say hi.
Hey, Brian.
Eric.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's great to have you, Eric. And you're also in Queens.
That's right.
And
Reedville Park.
And everyone got a snow day but you were saying before the show.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it was beautiful. There's nobody in the city today. It was fantastic. I wish every day was like that in the city. It was like maybe me and like one like Mexican, seamless order. There was nothing. There was nobody. It was just me and this guy who was, delivering breakfasts all day to nobody.
Who was he delivering the breakfast to?
He was delivering breakfast to Eric. Eric was the one guy. Eric was the asshole that said, all right, fuck it, I'm going to call and have somebody deliver food to me.
I didn't know. No, I didn't call. I used the Seamless web app.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
I don't talk to those motherfuckers.
Why should you?
That guy. It's great to have you. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Here's what's going to happen in a few minutes, folks. We're going to chit chat for a little bit first, but we're going to have our first annual Cave Crew Radio. Eric is a fan of the liberal, the Democrats. Of course, you know where Big B stands. I am going to be the moderator, and we're going to have a friendly discussion, and then of course we're going to get into all the other usual bullshit that we get into. But I got to tell you something, guys. And you guys know how I love hockey. I was watching the Leaf game, which they're currently losing, but I don't think I've ever seen this before. In the Dallas Stars Ottawa game, there was a penalty. So the Dallas goalie went out of the net, and the Star defenseman went to pass the puck back.
Oh, no.
Scored on his own net.
Oh.
Does that count, really? That counts?
Yeah, that counts.
Wow. I've never seen that before. Because if the other team touches the puck, the whistle automatically goes. That's why you pull the goalie, right?
All right.
So, yeah, you got to watch for that highlight when you see it. Oh. Eric, I'm going to ask you this. I don't think I've ever asked Big B, but, you're out and about, and you're always out in New York City there. Do you ever run into, like, what's her name? Kelly Ripa, whatever.
Kelly Ripa?
Yeah,
no.
do you ever buy that? You ever see anybody famous? Like, you ever?
Do I ever see anybody famous? Once in a while. I just, out of the periphery, maybe. I don't know. Everybody's so douchey in New York lately. I try not to, I keep to myself and just look at my feet, walk down the street. But yeah, I don't know. Not Kelly Ripa. No, I wouldn't. I don't know.
I'd love to see.
Yeah, you'd love to see her.
I'm an older gentleman, and I get called a pervert quite often if I like Selena Gomez or, Hannah Montana. So Kelly's not a bad looking girl. She doesn't have much of a set, but she's
all right, Spider.
No, I thought you said you were all right, Spider.
No, I ain't all right, Spider. You're
So now,
I think me and Brian we could just quote Goodfellas all night. Let's just
all night long.
One of my favorite movies next to Tombstone was Goodfellas. So quote it as much as you want.
Oh, Eric, you know what I was just watching before we came on air? Friday.
Oh, I was just watching that last Friday. I was watching it too. I love that.
That's another movie we could quote forever.
I don't think I've ever seen that. I'm gonna have to.
Oh, you got to watch that. It's great. It's the only movie Chris Tucker did that I enjoyed, and it was just great. Ice Cube was in it. Mid-90s, like classic.
Oh, it's a great movie. Yeah. Funny as all fucking hell.
Let's go real quick. Stay on sports. You guys watch the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah. What a great game that was.
Great storybook ending. That was insane.
I hate that motherfucker, but I'm talking about Tom Brady. And,
yeah.
But he's set himself in the record books now. It's another something that he planned. I'm sure of it.
He has 5 rings now, right?
Yeah.
5, yeah.
5. One for each one of his. one for each one of his dicks. I think he's got probably got like a demon. He's got.
He's another one with a hot wife.
How bad is it going to be for fucking Matt Ryan and all the guys on Atlanta? You're up by 19 points going into the fourth quarter. You think you could just coast to a Super Bowl victory. All of a sudden, Brady wakes up and you lose.
It all came down to that. And I'm not as much a football expert as you are, but I like they should have played conservative. But it seemed to me they always wanted to go for another big play, another big play, another big play. And if they would have got that field goal, I think it would have been,
Well, yeah, that's it, when Julio Jones caught the pass on like the 23-yard line. They were in field goal range already. All they had to do was run the ball 3 times, take some time off the clock, kick a field goal. You're up by 2 scores with like under 4 minutes to go. You've almost put it out of reach. But instead, they try for a pass play. The guy gets sacked. Then there's a holding penalty. So you knock it back 20 yards. They're out of field goal range. They got a punt. Brady marched it down the field, tied the game, went into overtime, and they won.
Like a true American.
Folks, those of you watching on Cave Crew TV, which is now actually broadcasting over on Cave Crew Radio, we're going to do that finally. When you see Big B look down, he's double dipping tonight. He's got some work he's got to get done.
I'm actually on a conference call at the moment. In one ear, I have my headset, my phone headset. So on top of my headphones or underneath my headphones is one ear of my headset. I'm listening to the call, looking at my computer, and talking to you guys. So it's very confusing at the moment.
Are they going to hear you call people fucking snowflakes and all that?
No, I put them on. I actually told them, I said, I'm doing my radio show now. I'm going to put you on mute, but I'm still listening to you. So if you need me, just mention me and I'll fuck it. So I'll be in the middle of the debate and I'll be like, and fuck it. Yes. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, okay. Okay. I can do that now. And then fuck this guy.
So what is it that you're doing? Are you doing like live sex cam? Is that the job? What's going on?
Well, yeah, of course. What else would I be doing? That's
what do I sign up? Where do I?
Oh, it's hotbeardedhatguys.com.
Oh, fun.
Probably.
Oh my god.
So last night I was supposed to be on Ripka's show, but he was away and he was trying to do it on his phone, so we didn't take off. And he told me I had to be clean, which I'm practicing for Sunday night. Which Big B is going to be my second guest on Sunday night on my new show, Live Tonight with DK.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't say fuck or shit or anything. I got to say fudge and
this is
short. Damn it,
mainstream radio, man. We got to be careful, but. And it's going to be hard for me too. But I get on Ripka's show last night and I'm supposed to be keeping it clean. And I said, hello, my name is DK. I'm a Libra. I like long walks on the beach and amateur Russian porno movies. Which is true.
Hey, but that's respect. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. A
moan is a moan in any language. All sound the same. B, do you want me to do Where in the World is Choo Choo Stew to buy you a few minutes there before the debate?
Yeah, please.
All right. So here's the deal, folks, before we get into our Democratic Republican debate. And just to catch you up to speed, Eric, Choo Choo Stew was our junior intern. We never quite promoted him up to co-host because quite often his video or his audio wouldn't go well, and he always blamed it on his internet. But he put on a great show about, I'm going to say a month ago, but he's been disappeared. But we're still finding sightings of him. And I've got some interesting ones this week. So let's recap. I don't have the pictures handy to give you all, but we've seen him on a roller coaster at Knott's Berry Farm. We've seen him at a women's protest in Berkeley, California.
I think I was there with him.
Were you there too? He also doubles up as Choo Choo Sue.
Okay.
Came out one night and proclaimed to us that he was I don't know what the proper term is now, transgender, transsexual, and whatever. And then, and we saw him on a Greenpeace boat. He was saving a whale or a seal or something. So here's what we got for this week. Speaking of the Super Bowl, let me cut over to the camera here. There he is with Tom Brady. Is that not Choo Choo Stu?
That's definitely Choo Choo Stu. I want to know how he got on the podium to be with Tom Brady during the presentation of the trophy.
Right there, and to the left is who? Terry Bradshaw.
That's Terry Bradshaw, right?
So we got, and he looks like Choo Choo looks like he's putting on some weight, by the way. We got Terry Bradshaw, Tom Brady celebrating this magnificent victory that we were just talking about, and there's Choo Choo Stu finding his way through the crowd. And then I don't know if this is the same night or a little bit after, but it looks like this is the Thunder from Down Under, a male strip review. And there's Choo Choo Stu with a fistful of money.
So are that American dollars? What's that? What is he doing?
It looks like American dollars to me. But he's or she at this particular point with their beautiful is dressed amazing. And then here's the one I don't get. You guys all, well, you don't know Eric, but Choo Choo Stu is also a musician. We've known him to serenade Big B on air with a guitar. He's played a ukulele. He has a Christmas song that we play every year. He sings songs to the Queen. But look at this where he's been cited. That's him playing drums for the Rolling Stones.
I tell you, we've always said Stu is the most interesting man in the world, and this proves it. I mean, he's on stage with Tom Brady. He's on stage with the Rolling Stones. What more can you do?
And
so let me.
He's making all this money to go with the Thunder Down Under to do his double whatever you would call it. So, since he's not going to help us out, I have an idea, and I need your guys' help here. I'm not sure if we should turn this into a phone app or a talking bobblehead, or that new thing Amazon has where you can talk and you can order things.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a bunch of sound clips here, and I thought we could I don't know, maybe make the next Teddy Ruxpin or something like.
Hello everyone, this is Choo Choo.
Why don't you make one of those little keychain things with the buttons? So you have like a little a Choo Choo key button, keychain.
There's more. It'll say 30.
Come on, what else?
Well, I must apologise that I just can't attend this week's serving of the Cave Crew.
No.
Take the piss out of you.
He's got everything. And then, he talks about funny stuff like this.
Curdled milk and the black stuff.
And if something.
I just may need to terminate.
Right. And so if the computer's shutting down or something.
I just may need to terminate.
I think if we find someone to make us a stuffed Choo Choo Stu and add this in there where they squeeze his hand or his belly, something, and these sounds come out, we could make a fortune.
I think so. And we've got and as far as I know, I until I hear from his lawyers or whatever, we are legitimate to use these clips. They were recorded on our show, right? So
you do hear London calling. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, internet land. It's just Choo Choo.
Or you can use it with your honey. Where'd you put the keys? Or where'd you put my wallet? And and Stu.
He attaches it to the fence gate.
You got every answer in the book.
So why don't you just make that stuffed doll and have him as a replacement co-host junior intern. I have to point this out though. He's very interesting. He's doing all these great things, but yet you guys won't make him a co-host. You think he's angling for some sort of promotion?
I think he's fighting for a big promotion.
Yeah, I don't know what maybe throw him a bone. I don't know.
But you gotta keep him in his place. His head might get too big doing all these big things in life. You got to bring him down a little bit.
And I don't know if Big B informed you, but the total revenue for us over 3 years is about what, $16.
From our last sponsor, yeah, $16.
We're not getting. And I'm up her ass constantly. She's on the show Sunday too, but I'm like always sending her, hey, we'd love to have you back. I hope you got some good results, sold some books. and anyway, let's do that now before we go into this big debate. I just want to tell everybody Sunday is the new show, Live Tonight with DK. It will be simulcasting right here on CaveCrewRadio.com, Hazy Radio Network, and DoubleKRadio.com. But Big B is so graciously, and I have one right here, and I always wear it proudly, and mine's getting a little faded perhaps, but 2 Metal Thunder Radio t-shirts to give away.
That's right. 2 shirts this week coming up.
As well as
but the listeners will have to do something to get those shirts.
Oh, God. But it's got to be clean. It can't be like this show. Okay, you can't be asking people to shove jalapeno peppers up their ass.
No. It's just sending an email. That's all it is. And you have to say something in the email.
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
No, go ahead, Eric, please. Feel free.
No. I like the jalapenos up the ass thing, but but that's the clean show. You can do that here, but you can't do it at DK Friday. Whatever.
But we tried to get Choo Stew. See, and Big B and I were maybe we're a little bit. They call us a little bit vanilla in the sexual world or whatever you want to call it. But Choo Stew was the guy we'd have shove fireworks up his ass. But then again, Big B, remember the time he was drunk in the park and he was talking to us on the phone? He lost his underwear.
He lost his underwear.
His underwear.
He literally, that wasn't even a joke. He lost his underwear. It's now, keep in mind, he's in London. So it's like 3:00 in the morning, his time. He was in the woods by his house, drunk off his ass. He calls into the show. He lost his underwears at some point between calling us and the end of the show, and then introduced us to this character called Constable Carson.
Yes. He was picked up by Constable Carson in Nottingham Forest, I believe it was. This is also the same guy. And Eric, this was new to me when I heard about it at Christmas time, but this is the guy that has half a Christmas tree.
Yes, half a Christmas tree.
Half a Christmas tree.
It goes up against the wall.
Top or bottom? What's the
side? It's cut down the middle.
Down the middle. Oh, okay.
Okay,
so put it up against the wall, so it's like flat up against the wall, but it's the Christmas tree.
Because his wife said a full tree was too much room or something. I don't remember. They're all the shows are out there on iTunes and wherever good podcasts are found. But yeah, half a fucking Christmas tree. And you know what? When my wife saw it, she actually didn't think it was a bad idea. Because we had this discussion already, and it's not Christmas time, but really, you don't see the back of the tree.
Hardly ever. Yeah, exactly. If it's against the wall. I don't know. I always wanted to have like a all year round tree in the house because it's just a fucking pain in the ass. Go get the Christmas tree and decorate it. Just have the tree in the house. Maybe it like retracts into the floor or something like that, or maybe there's like a like one of those retractable beds. Boom, and then out comes the Christmas tree, December 25th. Then back into the wall.
That's like a retractable bed.
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's a great idea. Got a hole in the drywall and hide your Christmas tree behind the wall.
Dang.
December 24th, pull it out. Either that or you can become a Jew and you can light 12 candles. It's up to you, but I like that idea.
Seriously.
Oh, he's doing business over there. I was going to start the debate.
Uh-oh.
Actually, it's almost time for break, so we'll talk for another 5 minutes. Now, Valentine's Day is coming up. And then I'll tell you a little bit about how I feel. Least you could do is fucking mute yourself. Fucking bastard. Nobody wants to hear about Hing Lee in Japan having trouble with his Dell or whatever the fuck it is you're working on. Big B just shot me the finger. Valentine's Day. So I'm married. I've been married now, Lord knows how long, 18 years or something like that. And thank God my wife feels the same way as me because she doesn't want me to waste, $30 on roses or anything like that. We'll probably go have a bite to eat, Saturday or something because Valentine's Day, I think, is Tuesday. So it's on a weeknight. And my son will have soccer. But we don't I believe, and she says she agrees with me, that, married people have their anniversaries. And even people that are dating have their anniversaries.
Agreed.
Valentine's Day is the biggest. It's worse than Christmas as far as I'm concerned. Now, are you a big Valentine's Day guy, Eric?
Absolutely not. It's what a waste of time and money to guilt somebody into honor, love the person you're with all year round. You know why? It's such a bullshit fucking holiday.
Exactly.
I'd rather us focus on holidays like Arbor Day or something like that, where something that's. But no, seriously, those holidays are so frivolous and ridiculous. It's just like
it's when I got a rose bush in my backyard. Okay, I've got rose bushes die in the winter, but I mean the rose bush comes back year after year, and it grows about 50 roses every year. And on this one day, roses go up to $100 a dozen, and all of a sudden a Mars chocolate bar is going to cost you $40. Like, I don't get it. It's one of those things that's my little rant for tonight. Valentine's Day. How do you feel about that?
We should protest Valentine's Day. Let's get a protest going for Valentine's Day.
There you go.
Yeah, can we do it near Best Buy? Because I want to make sure I get a 4K TV during the protest. And
exactly.
As we go down the store, we can smash more windows.
Please.
It's great.
How could we top? Because my favorite one was climbing on top of that crane. Who did that? Greenpeace or whoever. I mean, we got to do better. We got to dress up Lady Liberty in New York or something.
We got to put some lingerie on her.
Yes.
Have a big chocolate heart and a
Victoria's Secret Liberty.
Yes, put a French costume on Lady Liberty.
So torpedo tip, bang. Not very original. I just
like the Madonna fucking cones.
And have the two sharks from that other Super Bowl dancing beside her.
Right.
All right, listen, folks, we're going to take a quick break here. Game quick. This was going to be our first segment. Well, when we come back, we're going to have our inaugural Democrat versus Republican debate. Again, we hope we've had a good time so far. So I hope we're not all wicked enemies by the end. I'm just a Canadian. I'm just a moderator. I live in my own personal hell over here. So
see, that's the good thing about me and Eric debating. We could smash each other and it'll be fun, and we know there's no ill will towards each other afterwards.
Right, and let me just state this for the record: I am not like one of those bleeding heart liberals that I'm not really.
I wanted a snowflake. Big.
All right, fuck. I'll play the part.
Come on, they're too afraid.
I'll play the part of a snowflake.
No, you be you. I can't get a snowflake because they're too afraid to come on. You'll say one thing, they'll start crying and fucking put diaper pins on themselves.
I do that anyway. I just do that because I enjoy doing it.
That's a normal Wednesday night for you.
New co-host. Gonna come on next week wearing diapers.
My wife hides them on me. I don't know where they are right now.
That's okay. We all have our own skeletons in the closet. Anyhow, folks, you're listening to Cave Crew Radio right here on cavecrewradio.com. Eric Turzo is our guest, and we're about to get into our debate in just a few minutes. I don't have things keyed up. I'm so unprofessional. So let me get a couple things into the feed here. And hi, buddy. And nothing's working. Okay. I do have a song that we're going to play on our break while I try to fix things. A young lady named Sabrina Fella emailed us on the website and told us about her new EP. She's from Kingston, Ontario, Canada. And so I emailed her back, and I also sent her the link for Advertised Cast, because you only get free once.
Right.
You know that saying, ass, gas, or grass, nobody rides for free.
Right.
So anyway, this
wonderful
is her song.
1974.
It's an acoustic cover, and it's called Paradise Comes with a Price, and I'm going to try and find the other promo stuff. We'll be back in about 3-4 minutes, folks, with our inaugural debate.
All alone in your hotel room, bloodshot eyes looking to leave the gloom, climbing up that stairway where you can almost taste the sky, dropping through the atmosphere, asking yourself why through tears. That needle in your vein feels like ice. On a night like this, you don't think twice. Paradise comes with a price. Too hard to listen to advice. Your heart and mind stuck in a vice. Paradise comes with a price. When you come crashing down, you can't let go and touch the ground. Is that what you really want, to leave this world right now? So stuck in hopelessness, deep in your own darknesses, you push yourself to the edge. Leave that note behind on the ledge. Paradise comes with a price. Too hard to listen to advice. Your heart and mind stuck in a vice. Paradise comes with a price. Maybe nobody will ever understand, but are you really willing to take that chance? Paradise comes with a price. You heard to.
So you asked me what goes on the rest of the week. Facebook, Cave Crew Radio. Join the Cave Crew Radio group on Facebook 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Find out where the stories come from. Where are the ideas plugging in? Cave Crew Radio on Facebook. Join today. Don't forget Twitter at Cave Crew Radio. And you know what? If you like what we do, we also have a Patreon page. Patreon.com/Cave Crew Radio. All right, where are we at here now? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's cue up some music here. This is the Democratic versus Republican debate. And I'm going to be your moderator, and Big B and our guest Eric is going to be on the other side of the. Turn my camera back on, sorry kids. I'm doing too many things at once. All right, so let's go to you, Big B, first, and you know, and a short answer, why you support or why you liked President Trump.
In a nutshell, basically, the government for the past 16 years, the government has been the same. It hasn't done anything but spend our money overseas, lead us into war in various countries overseas. And it's time for a change. Now, if you're going to change, if you're really going to change and you're going to overhaul your government, you have to start with somebody that's not in the establishment. Trump is somebody that's not in the establishment. He never was a politician. His rhetoric is American. Hopefully he follows through with it. And, in order to make any significant change in anything, you have to start somewhere. If you're going to elect Hillary, you're never going to change anything. Trump is the beginning of change.
Fair enough. Good response. Eric, over to you. Why you dislike Trump or why you were supporting Hillary?
Well, I agree with Brian that things need to change. I don't think Trump is the man for the job. He has no clue what he's doing. Him and his cabinet are the most vilest form of individuals on the planet. They're divisive. They're thin-skinned. He's got everything points to dictator with this prick. He's so thin-skinned and disgusting. Everything's about him. He's not trying to change or help America. Maybe if the top 1%, maybe his billionaire friends that he brought into the swamp that he so-called said he was going to suck up and clean up, but he didn't do shit. And now he's causing all kinds of turmoil. Yes, he's a disruptor. Yes, he's trying to change things, but he's doing about it the wrong way. And I disagree. I disagree that you need somebody who doesn't know what they're doing to make change and make something happen. You need somebody who has a modicum of intelligence and knows what they're doing and has some political clout to make change. We had that possibility with Bernie Sanders, possibly Hillary. We would have had the same. She would have done the same thing. But at the end of the day, Trump is going to be a warmonger. He's going to cause war. He's going to cause more heartache and trouble for us here in America. And he's going to do nothing but make a bigger mess. By the way, this isn't just in the last 16 years. We've been dealing with this since Carter. Okay, we've been dealing with bullshit since then, since Nixon. The last great president we had, in my opinion, Theodore Roosevelt. That's how long ago it's been.
All right. I just from the introductions, ladies and gentlemen, I can see we're in for an entertaining debate. I've got my beer ready here, and I'm enjoying this already. So what I'm going to do, because there's probably other policies and stuff that we can get into, but this is a comedy fun show. But we're gonna touch about 3-4 subjects, and I just want to get opinions on it. So this time we'll go back to Eric, and one of the first things that Donald Trump promised is he was going to build a wall in Mexico, and one of his first executive orders was that he's going to do that. What's your opinion on this?
I think it's going to take forever to get done, and I think it's what a biter. It's so communist China. This is what I think he should do. He should build a roller coaster from the Mexican border all the way to Canada. Have the Mexican immigrants get on the roller coaster and go all the way to Canada, and they get out. They're so dizzy, they don't know where the fuck they are. They think they're in America, but they're in the next best country, Canada.
We want them for fuck's sake. You don't want them for fucking spicks. It's hard enough when the phone rings in Canada. It's bad enough I got to press 1 for English and 2 for French. I don't want to put an option of Spanish. Fuck that shit.
Listen, by the time the wall is done, we're going to be the ones trying to get over it because this fucking country is going to be in such bad shape because of this prick. I think it's a waste of time and money and resources. You want to protect our country? You want to board up the borders? Do something else. Think of something else. Why not, why not get drones and fly them over this airspace and just shoot them down? I don't know. I just think the fucking wall is stupid.
Run.
It's stupid. They're gonna find out. There's tunnels. They can get out. There's boats. People will find a way to get over the wall. He's gonna have to maintain the wall. He's gonna have to. He can't just build a wall and walk away from it. You're gonna have You're gonna have security guys over there. It's stupid. It's just a waste of. What is it? 1,900 miles.
That's a big.
From the Chinese wall. The Chinese wall was double the size. The Great Wall of China was like 3,700 miles, and that's like 2,000 years to build and maintain. It's a very magnanimous, drunk uncle thing to say, and I just think he's just trying to play to his core and try to be like, hey, he's just posturing, and I think it's gonna I don't think it's gonna work out. I'm sorry to say.
So So one, I do agree with Eric. If there is a wall going to be built, it's going to take fucking forever. I absolutely agree with that. I don't believe that Mexico is going to pay for it. I do believe it would come out of our tax dollars.
That's the other thing. Yes,
but
sorry.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. But let's just take the wall. Let's forget all that for a second, and let's just take the concept of the wall. What's wrong with building a wall on our border? On the other side of Mexico's border, between Mexico and Venezuela, there's a wall. Along borders throughout this world, there are walls around. And the big thing is, like, for Christians will bring this up. Around the Vatican is a wall, so all the poor people can't get into the fucking Vatican. There are walls all around. Nobody's got a problem with any of these walls, except for if we want to build one on our southern border. And you know why Trump would even bother to bring up building a wall? Try going to live in a border town in Texas. See how long it takes for your head to become separated from your shoulders.
And a lot of the illegal stuff comes through the Mexican side.
Right. Now you're talking about right on the border. A lot of drugs flow through between Mexico and those border towns in Texas and California. There's murders that happen. A lot of drug gangs are right on that border. Does anybody feel like vacationing in Juarez? Probably not. You know why? Because your head's going to be separated from your shoulders. So the idea of a wall is not a bad thing. Now, Eric says, okay, why don't you do something else? Well, he's also done something else, but apparently everybody has issue with that too, which is the immigration ban.
That's the next topic.
So let's lead into that. So
I like the drones. I'm imagining, I don't know if you guys saw the old John Wayne Alamo movie, but I'm imagining the Mexicans riding across the border with their flag, eating their tacos, drinking their tequila, and drones flying overhead, and it's or like that Harrison Ford movie, Cowboys versus the Aliens. That sounds so cool. I love that idea.
Just have somebody with a remote control picking them off one by one.
Yeah. Or how about this? Why don't you just build a gigantic prison and having them just fucking walk right into it and just not let them out? I don't know. I just think it's got to be something else. And I think, yes, the whole promise that Mexico is going to pay for it is ridiculous. They're not going to pay for it. And then he wants to introduce a 20% import tax. Who gets stuck with that? We do. We're going to get stuck paying for this. So, I mean, like, that's another reason why I dislike this man, because, I don't know how many millions of dollars we already spent on our own tax money here in the city just to protect his snowflake wife and his wonderful child that don't want to live in the White House. It's kind of like, when is our money?
That's misconstrued too. That's very misconstrued too. She's already said they're going to live in the White House. They just want his son to finish out the school year. So there's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to uproot him in the middle of fucking school year. He's there. He's entrenched in his school. Okay, fine. Once the school year ends, you go to Washington and you start a new school.
Do we need to have talk about borders? You ever walk around Trump Tower nowadays? You can't get around it. It's ridiculous. There's cops 24 hours monitoring that place. It's a little too much. It's a little too much. I mean, I don't know. We have telecommuting nowadays. You can Skype in. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break with this bullshit. He's a white, upper class 1%er who has all the fucking things he needs, and he's got to fucking infringe on us. Why doesn't he pay for the fucking security then? Have it taken out of his fucking pocket. Why doesn't he sell one of his shitty Trump Tower, fucking casinos to pay for his kids' security?
I got to call time out just for 1 second, because as moderator, I got to tell you people, I was worried about Big B. Tyrannosaurus Rex over here. Holy shit.
Sorry. Hey, I got a couple of scotches in me. Can't help it.
I told you this was going to be fun. So let me ask you this.
Wait a minute. Big B, we got to include Eric with Ripka and you in the rant contest.
Oh, sure.
Okay. That'll be fun.
Sure.
But Brian, what were you saying?
Yeah, so you're complaining about now. I go past Trump Tower every day when I come off work. I take an express bus through Midtown down 57th Street, so I pass Trump Tower every day. It's not as huge of an issue as you make it sound. Traffic flows nicely.
I disagree with you, dude. I'm there every fucking day on foot.
So am I.
It's ridiculous. It's not okay. It's not okay. And you walk around, you got military, you got all these guys, all these cops and military weapons. Well, that's unnerving, dude. I'm just trying to go to work. You're protecting. What are you protecting here?
So let me ask you a question then. Every year they have the UN General Council where the entire city shuts down because all the UN leaders come here. And
That's not
they
every
all are
day.
protected. Every single one of them is protected. Every
But
fucking
it's not
street in
every
the city
day.
is shut down.
It's not every day. That's what I'm saying to you. It's not. I'm not. It's not. It's an everyday thing. I feel like I'm living in Beirut now with the guns.
It's okay. See, it's okay if foreign leaders get protected, but the president of the United States and his family shouldn't be protected. They shouldn't be protected at all because people are inconvenienced.
There you go. Typical. I never said that. I think the president should be secured. Of course. I'm just saying I don't want to have to pay for it. That's all I'm saying. And I think, you know what? They should fucking move the kid to Washington, D.C. and have him Skype in. And that's the end of the story. Stop spending my tax money on that fucking retard.
But you're okay when the UN General Council comes and your tax dollars are spent to protect everybody else.
Yes.
You're okay.
Yes.
You're absolutely okay with that. So that makes no sense. So your
Why
argument
does that
isn't valid because
Why
that makes
does
absolutely no sense.
That does make sense. I'll tell you
Well,
why.
why does that make
Because
sense?
if they're not protected, if something happens, then we're liable. They're on our soil. Shit can happen. You know, you blow up a fucking Iranian leader, and then we're fucked. We're out of
Okay, but it's okay if somebody blows up the fucking Donald Trump's wife and son. It's okay. It's perfectly fine if somebody does that. Who cares?
All the problems in this world, and you two are arguing about security of Donald.
No, you know what? If we're down 2 Trumps, I wouldn't complain. But I'm just kidding.
See, and that's the rhetoric of the left. That's the rhetoric of the left. Let them die.
No, I don't want them to die. I just want them to shut the fuck up and pay for their own security.
Okay,
That's it.
Valid point. Let's move subjects here, guys, because I don't want to do this all night. We still want some other things we got to do. So I'm going to go over to Big B on this one first. Apparently, the courts now have banned Trump has banned 7 Muslim countries from entering the U.S. and the courts have now stepped in and they're fighting over it. But what's your opinion on that topic?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a law that any president can ban certain peoples from any country from entering this country, based upon certain threats or certain economic, criteria, whatever. So what he's done is he's taken the list that Obama set. Trump didn't pull this out of his ass. These are the 7 countries that Obama said are failing states that need to be watched for terrorism. So what did Trump do? He took that a step further. He used the power within the law to say, okay, for 90 days, I'm going to ban immigration from these 7 countries, these known 7 countries, these known terrorist countries that are known to house and protect terrorists. I'm going to ban it for 90 days while we revamp the vetting process to bring them back into the country, to bring immigrants back into the country, just so we can check and make sure nobody's here to harm us.
Can I get a
now? Keep in mind the very important thing is these 7 countries were set forth by Obama. Okay, because I know a big thing on the left is, well, he doesn't have dealings in those 7 countries. That's why blah blah blah. These countries were set by Obama. Trump took these countries that Obama said and said, okay, these 7 countries, we're going to ban immigration for 90 days. It's not like they're banning forever. And it's not a Muslim ban. It's 2% of all Muslims worldwide.
I want to see clarification on this before we go over to Eric. First of all, I want to say the job was never done in the first place, and this is why we're still having a problem with these people. But Canadians, I live on a border town. There's Muslims that live here, and from what I know, they haven't caused any problems. And there's people that have parents in other countries and whatnot. It's not just immigration he's banning, is it not? That he is banning anyone from entering at this point. I mean, the airlines are confused, the border agents are confused.
Well, that's immigration. That's there is he gives power to the guards Homeland Security and whatnot to allow people to come in on a case-by-case basis. But for 90 days, you want to review the vetting process for these 7 countries, these known 7 terrorist countries. Now, it's not a Muslim ban, which everybody seems to think it's a Muslim ban. It's 2% of the worldwide Muslim population. He's not banning, people from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Turkey, any number of these countries. He's not banning people from coming in. It's 7 countries that are failing states known to house terrorists.
Now, let me ask you this question, Brian.
Sure.
Now that you said that,
sure.
Wouldn't it behoove the President of the United States who made a bold decision to do this, to go on national television and explain it the way you explained it? He just didn't explain it at all. No, he did not explain that. And look at all the panic it caused. This is why someone who doesn't know about politics should not be in politics. Case number 1. Okay, and let me tell you something. One of the other countries that is on the terrorist watch list that always gets a free pass is Saudi Arabia. You realize all the terrorists from 9/11 came from Saudi Arabia? Not one of them came from Iran. Not one of them came from Syria. And, here's the other thing, and I agree with you with Obama. Obama's a fucking war hawk, and he and his administration carried out the George W. Bush war against Iraq and Iran and all that Middle East shit with his bombings over in Syria. He caused all this refugee shit, and we're just going to fucking close our doors and say, hey, you know what? We're not dealing with you. Yeah, we fucked up your whole country. We fucked up your house. But you know what? It's not our fault that you're misplaced. You know what? I think I agree. We have to vet these motherfuckers, but you know what? There's vetting in place. Trump could have he had a chance to win some people over, and he just doesn't give a fuck. He's just gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and he's pissing off not only us, but people all over the world. And he's causing all this trouble with tech firms and all kinds of firms. There's a lot of business things that are happening that can't happen because of this. But thank God we have the judicial system, we have legal systems that sort of counteract and check this motherfucking place. He should have vetted his process. He should have went down and said, what are the legal ramifications? How do we do this properly without making causing a mass hysteria? It's not his,
Let's bring Russia into this. How do you feel about his relationship with Putin, and what do you think is going to happen moving forward, Eric?
It's probably not a popular opinion amongst my liberal friends, but I for one think it's a good idea that we're friends with Russia. Us in Russia have 90% of the nukes in this world. Okay, you don't want to be. They have about 7,000 nukes. We have 68,000 nukes. Whatever the number is, I think. Right now we need. If he's friends with Russia, okay, I'm okay with that. I think he needs to fucking cozy up for the. Australia and Mexico, and try to smooth things over with Iran, because he's poking people right now, and I think that's where they're headed. They want everybody's getting together and they're moving their weapons closer together. I think there's going to be some kind of war. His 4 years are up. There's going to be some fucking war. It's going to be a fucking disaster. It's going to be a tremendous war. There's going to be so much war. We're going to be tired of it.
Notice nobody ever mentions Canada. Everyone loves us. All right,
right.
Except he wants to send fucking Mexicans here on a roller coaster.
Come on, a tremendous roller coaster. We'll call it the Trump coaster. They'll have like 58 loops. We'll just go around. We'll go around California a couple of times, and boom, right in Toronto.
I like it. Before I go into Russia, I just want to read U.S. Code 1182, inadmissible aliens. This is law. Section F, suspension of entry or imposition of restrictions by president. Whenever the president finds that the entry of any aliens of any class or of any class of aliens into the United States would be detrimental to the interests of the United States, he may, by proclamation, and for such a period as he shall deem necessary, suspend the entry of all aliens or any class of aliens as immigrants or non-immigrants, or impose on the entry of aliens any restrictions he may deem to be appropriate. This is U.S. law. So what he did was well within his rights as president of the United States.
No one's doubting that. But the way he went.
Well, you just said you're glad that there's courts to check him.
Right.
What he did was well within his rights of law.
Right,
So,
but hey, that's why we have law, though, Brian. So
what the liberal court did,
Guys,
what the liberal court has done has overruled him. So now he'll just take it to the Supreme Court, based upon U.S. law. What he did was correct, and that'll be over. The courts, the liberal court's ruling will be overturned. But on to Russia. I agree with Eric. I have no problem with him being opening a relationship with Russia. You saw with Hillary in leading up to the election, she was posturing against Russia. Russia hacked this, Russia hacked that, Russia hacked everything on this planet, apparently.
Russia hacked
she was posturing. She was posturing against Russia. So if she was to be elected, where would be the next place we would start a fight with? Russia. You don't want to start with a fight with Russia right now because the way our military is thinned throughout the world, we'd get our fucking asses handed to us. But that's what Hillary wanted. So to open up a dialogue with Russia is not a bad thing. I agree. Russia and U.S. hold most of the nukes on this planet. So to become friendly with them, even if you don't want to become friendly with them, the old saying goes in this instance, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Keep an eye on them, keep them with you, keep a dialogue coming.
It's not like we haven't been allies with Russia before. Look at all through the triad during the World War II. There was Stalin, Roosevelt, and Chesterfield, whatever the fuck, Churchill, Chesterfield, and and
then then you had Reagan and Gorbachev. Right. That ended the Cold War. So it's not unprecedented that a U.S. president has relations with Russia. It's not a bad thing. We're not in 1950s fucking Cold War. Why everybody's making a big deal about it, I have no idea.
We also have to be friends with China. We have to. We walked away from that deal. That's fine, but we can't. China's also, I would assume, a superpower at this point. I don't think we want to fuck with China.
Well, China's in a class of itself because it owns all of our debt. Mm-hmm. If China decides to sell our debt, us as a nation is fucked. And that's what we've done over the past 18, 20 years. We've sold all of our debt to China.
I think they own everyone's debt. So let's close it out like this, guys. I don't want to see you guys fighting all night, though. It's been fun. I've had a lot of laughs.
I don't feel like we're fighting here. I don't feel.
We have a nice debate going.
I like having it open. This is so much better than posting on Facebook something and then someone trolling you and saying something and nobody gets anything out and in the open. This is a much better forum. This is how people should discuss politics. Okay.
Yes. Listen, that is a very good point because I find that disturbing as well. All this shit. I'm unfriending you. If you stand by this guy, get off my friends list. Let's chat as a general, not liberal versus Republican, right? Whatever. Talk about Facebook for a minute, Eric, or any social media.
I think it does.
Hang on, Eric. Before you go, let me carry that a step further, and let's carry these protests into this, and I feel about the protests as well. Let's just carry about the way we're communicating our politics.
Okay. Well, I think Facebook serves a purpose to help get people together to gather. And when you go to these protests are the galvanization for you to get involved with your politics locally. You can't just protest and see change. That doesn't happen. That didn't happen with the civil rights movement. They were protests, but there were also people involved with government on a local level. That's what the Tea Party folks did for the last, I don't know how many years, and that's how they got this to where we are here. They got involved locally. That's the only way. I think protests serve a purpose. I think they're good. I think it's great to dissent. That's what this country's all about. It's about freedom of speech, about not being satisfied, questioning the answers, and always holding people accountable. I don't believe in rioting. I don't believe in destroying public property or terrorizing your local citizens. I believe in peaceful protest. I went to the Women's Day March with my wife, and it was a beautiful, hopeful feeling. And people were out in force to discuss their disdain towards Trump in one fashion or another. and nobody broke anything. Nobody set anything on fire. But it was the biggest commentary on that during that whole protest was get involved with your politics locally. The one thing I think Trump did successfully, unwittingly, is bringing people together. I think people are becoming more united of different elks. And I think, that's how you change government. You get involved in it. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm planning on doing. I think that's the best part. That's the silver lining in this whole Trump fiasco for me anyway.
That's a great, and you know what? It's funny because, and I know this gets a little bit off topic, but it's all in the way of protest. My wife, earlier in the week, was bitching about the school board. And as a democratic society, Canada, just like the United States, Australia, England, all these countries, it's a great thing. I said, hon, you should run for the school board. Hockey. I'm very involved in minor hockey. My wife is on the board now. If you want to change things, that's the way to do it. That's the only
way to do it. And I think protests, when they're done peacefully, again, is sort of the catalyst to help make those movements happen. But you got to move from the street into the town hall meetings, and you got to continue to protest, but also be politically active. I was raised by two hippies. They were activists in the 60s. My mother and my father, and they were out for all the human rights, all the anti-war stuff, and that's how I was raised. And that's my belief system. And I think, thank God we have that. Because
I'm just gonna say, but Big B, you're gonna be final on this, but I do want to say the local activism. 100% agree with you. Get in there, do something. So many times we have these elections, and what percentage is the vote? 30% or something like that, and then, but 99% are bitching.
All right, you got to galvanize.
Yeah, a protest to me, I think, falls on deaf ears. I think it's a waste of time. But that's just me. But I do agree with you. Get involved locally. Whatever. Save pit bulls. I don't care what you're involved in. Do it passionately and do it well, and get involved. But I don't know that a protest accomplishes anything. But that's just me. Anyway, Big B.
So there's a number of topics here. So give me a little bit of time.
We've got like 4 minutes.
Okay. So first, Facebook's definitely a great place, like you said, for gathering and organizing. But what it's become is, on both sides, left and right, is just a bucket of vile hatred, right? Nice. And it's funny, Facebook is how Eric came to be on the show. He put a post, and I replied to his post on the other side. We had a little bit of back and forth, and then I said, you know what? Why don't we go on the show? We'll debate. So that's how we wound up here tonight. So it can lead to good things. But as it stands at the moment, social media is really just a bucket of piss, vinegar, hate. One of the posts from my neighbor, who's suddenly become political. I've known him for many years. Suddenly now he's political on the left side. I guess it was the vote for Betsy DeVos for Department of Ed. There was one Democrat that voted for her. His post, and I'm paraphrasing here, but the crux of it was, "I hope you die alone and rot in hell."
That's terrible.
That's what social media has become. Right, yeah. There's a lot of keyboard warriors out there. That'll be like, oh, fuck you, I hope you die, and it's not spreading a great message. Now to the protests, and I'll give you my honest opinion. DK, you know this. We've talked about this a lot. I'll just let you know, Eric. When Trump was elected president, the day after the election, all these protests happened, and in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, it was babies protesting because they didn't get their way. It was the first time it was the first time for a lot of them they were told no, because the prior 8 years they probably voted for Obama. It was a good thing. Hey, I'm going to vote Obama. He's hope and change, and the first black president. Okay, he wins. Great, we won. 4 years later, I'm going to vote for him again. He won again. Wonderful. Now I'm going to vote for Hillary. She lost. Holy shit! I've never been told no. This isn't a good feeling. This is a bunch of crying, whining babies. That's all it was. That the next day. Well, let me just finish. Okay. Let me just finish.
We'll
so
come back
the message behind it was love, and love trumps hate was the big thing. And over by where I work in Union Square, the train station there. I don't know if Eric, you've probably seen this, doing photography, but people put Post-it notes all over the train station. The greatest commentary on that was the front wall of the train station. As you walk down the stairs into the train station, the whole wall was filled with Post-it notes with various messages of love this, love that, blah, blah, blah. There's a homeless guy sitting up against the wall in the middle of this, just asking for, he's dirty, he's a filthy homeless guy. He's not somebody faking it. He's there. He's homeless in the middle of leaning up against the wall. People are looking around him to read the love, not giving him any money, ignoring him completely, just so they can look at the Post-its. And that's the biggest commentary of the whole thing.
That's what's wrong with this world. Yeah,
they don't really want to do anything.
It's unfortunate.
Sorry, hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Well, he's
sorry, it was in my ear, but my phone call just ended.
Yeah,
and moving on to the women's protest. I still want to know what they were protesting, what they were marching for, because I can see, you were there, so you can give a better opinion on that. From what I saw from my vantage point was they were arguing women's rights, which is fine. I'm all for women's rights, but nothing was taken away from them. This was the day after President Trump was, sworn in. There was no rights taken away. He was in office for 12 hours. There was nothing taken away. There was
right.
The protest was one second. The protest, in my opinion, was to protest the idea of something they think may happen in the future, and that's not a worthy protest.
All right.
Now you were there. You could tell me something different.
All right. So I mean, like there is a real threat to I believe to women's civil rights. We got a lot of pro-lifers now in power. He's electing a Supreme Justice that wants to overturn Roe versus Wade. That's abortion rights. That's that's ridiculous. Okay. I mean, yes, maybe that nothing was taken away yet. It's called preventative maintenance. You're in IT, you know about it. Go out and you make sure that shit is taken care of before it becomes a problem. They were making their voice known that, hey, you start to take away our rights, we're here, motherfucker, we're not going away. So that's what that was. And it wasn't just about, well, we lost. Okay, we lost. But hey, we're telling you, hey, you want to take this away? You want to fuck our environment? We have a lot of legitimate concerns here, and we're going to make our voices heard. You made your voice heard. Here's our turn. And I think protests in conjunction with getting involved with local politics are very important. You can't, because we're the people. You can't get on a pulpit and just talk to a mass. We are the mass. We got to gather together and say something. But again, I'm not for destroying shit, and I'm not. We lost. That's it. I don't think people were crying over that. I think they were legitimately concerned about their civil rights and the way he's been very divisive in his rhetoric, which you can't really deny. He's whether he's said it outright or not, he's been very clever. He's got Bannon in his corner, who's a known white supremacist. So there's people that are frightened and scared, and they don't want things to be taken away, like Obamacare. And all that stuff. Now, here's the thing. We got to stop calling it Obamacare because he's gone. It's the Affordable Care Act. And I believe, yes, we need to repeal it. We don't need to pull it away and take it away. We need to, it's a good, solid foundation. We need to correct some of the mistakes in it and keep it. And
let me just comment on that real quick, because that goes
before you, Big B. again, as an outsider. And by the way, folks, this has been a healthy, excellent debate, hearing both sides. One of the great things we have in Canada is our healthcare. We are more of a socialist country than you are in the States there, but and we pay dearly for it in our taxes, but
that's fine. Solidarity, beautiful thing. It's not, and we have some socialist stuff here too. Sorry to interrupt.
This is all good, but I have heard horror stories of people going to a hospital in the States and having to pay like $100 for a Tylenol, whereas they don't give us private rooms or anything like that. But if I need to go in for a surgery or whatever, as long as I'm in the hospital, I'm covered. We've got a long way to go with our medication and stuff. I mean, diabetics and EpiPens and all this shit costs people a fortune, and it's ridiculous if you don't work for a large company that has medical benefits. But for the most part, it's a good thing to have. It is, and again, let's not call it Obamacare anymore. I just hear horror stories about how much it's costing people.
Yeah. So let me just chime in on that, and to bring it to the protest side of it. And I definitely get what you're saying, Eric. But let's look at Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act, and when it was passed. Now, if you recall, when the Democrats were pushing through Obamacare, and I'll never forget Nancy Pelosi's quote, we won't be able to know what's in it until we pass it. It means they never read it. But anyway, if you recall, the Tea Party was protesting, and you brought the Tea Party before. The Tea Party was protesting this from the very start, because ultimately what it turned out to be was, all right, you can't afford health care. We're going to provide health care for you, but if you can't afford to buy it, we're going to
penalize you. Yeah.
Which ultimately becomes, it's a tax, is what it is. Right. And realistically, the government can't force us to buy anything, and that's what they were doing. So the Tea Party was out protesting that, and what was the response to that? They were racist. Any protest for anything Obama did, they were called racist. Now we're protesting, not we, I wasn't there, but the Tea Party was protesting that, hey, we don't want the government forcing us to buy anything. We don't want additional tax on us. Oh, but you're racist for protesting that. How dare you protest something Obama is passing? You're racist. Now you know that. That's the start of the left argument on anything, that if you disagree, you're racist.
Well, you are. You're racist. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, well, fine. I agree.
No.
Nothing wrong with that.
But still, I think the racism is a crutch that both sides use. It's a political pawn. I think to some degree, race is always going to be a factor in this country, and both sides play it very skillfully as a political pawn to get their point across. And we saw the left do it. Now we're seeing the right do it, and it's disturbing. And I wish our politicians would stop doing it.
I just wonder if I dare ask Eric what his opinion is on who uses what washroom.
I don't give a shit. You know what? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Really don't.
This is a guy that wears
subject with DK. DK's very upset with who uses whose washroom.
Next time he's on the show, he's going to be comparing Captain Underpants.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you solve this fucking bathroom crisis. Give everybody government-funded diapers. Let everybody shit their pants and shut the fuck up. Just close down all the bathrooms, female and male. Boom. Everybody shit your pants.
Fucking contract.
But just to
no, because if you just one more time, you're gonna
just to end up on it, just to finish off on my thought.
You always need the last word. That's your problem.
So just to finish up on my thought, when the left protests, it's a good thing. They're gathering. And I'm not twisting your words. I'm just saying, when the perception is when the left protests, it's a good thing. It's a gathering. They're getting involved. But when the right protests something, they're racist. That's ultimately what it boils down to.
I don't think that's true. I don't see it that way. I don't think a lot of people see it that way. It depends on what they're protesting, first of all. But I just think the one last point that I want to make, because I think that we get our information.
Points. This isn't the Jerry Lewis.
All right. One last
No,
point.
go ahead. Let Eric. I give Eric the last word.
One last word. Brian, I love you.
Yes. What is that?
Brian, I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Eric.
I'd like to have Eric come on more regularly, but you guys.
I'd love to have Eric on more regularly.
I love this. This is fun. And again, I love this discourse. I like having an exchange of ideas as opposed to fucking shooting off memes. And how many stupid arguments I had with Mike Pacheco and all my other friends over Facebook that ended up in me just being fucking pissed off all day. I feel like a sense of accomplishment. This is much better.
This is
what I'm going to do right now. Listen, I'm going to go to my Choo Choo Stew app that I'm developing.
So I'm here to try and sort out the confusion.
Isn't it weird how like Facebook has turned into meme wars and all that? It's like people aren't even having discussions anymore. And no. I like seeing your hand there, DK. People aren't even having a discussion anymore. It's all memes. Like that's all people can do now on the left and right. I'm gonna put a meme out for this. Or, all right, I'm gonna counter with my meme.
I like when you have it. Yeah, right.
My camera off the fucking wall. I spent 20 minutes trying to fix my. Anyway.
There it goes.
I don't know
nice.
Okay.
What's going on?
All right, I'll tell you what's going on. My camera. All right, we got the stew cam, folks. We haven't seen that in a while.
That's right.
Cam.
Fuck did my camera go? Anyway, professional. This is why we have so many sponsors. Yeah, I'm back on. All right, these guys got me so verklempt.
But this is a great conversation.
It was fun, and it was a lot of fun. And I've got some great ideas to name the show. And by the way, Eric, what we do at the end of the night is we pick a name for the episode. That's like one of my favorite parts.
Oh, nice.
And I'm not drawing blank tonight. I'm in a debate with myself, and maybe one title will protest against the other. My camera's not clear. Anyway, you guys want to make a call?
Yeah.
Sure.
I got to fix my camera first, for fuck's sakes. I'm like a Japanese guy in New York City right now.
Where's your selfie stick? You need a selfie stick.
Oh, fucking selfie sticks.
You know what it is? If someone would throw us a fucking $1 on Patreon, then we could afford some new equipment. Fuck's sakes. This is what I deal with. I got a camera on top of a Campbell's soup can. All right. Let's make this fun tonight. Eric, are you willing to make a call? There goes the fucking camera again.
Yes. How does this usually work? Do I call from my phone or?
Oh, no.
DK will call, and you just, if you want to make up a character, you can.
I had to raise my chair here so my head's in the camera. Well, you guys are doing that. I'm probably going to be playing with my fucking camera the rest of the show.
You keep that to yourself, buddy.
I'll just
get a room, fucker.
You know how I feel about masturbation. It's a very healthy thing. Here's what I've got then. I've got two subjects, and here's how the calls work, Eric. Just it all depends on the person on the other end. Sometimes we get an answering machine. Sometimes the person is very unresponsive. Other times they cooperate, and it's really a lot of fun. So I have two topics, and I got one backup because I'd like to check in on these fuckers at the UFO hotline. They're supposed to be monitoring. Yes. If we still have time. But do you want to make, and I'll let Brian go first just so you can hear, but I'm going to give you first choice. Do you want to make call number 1 or call number 2? And you're going second, but I have two topics.
Okay, what's the topics?
I'm not giving them to you. This is like, it's
all right, call number 2. I'll do number 2. Number 2.
All right. So, Big B.
Yep.
Your call is going to be to a Spanish massage parlor, since we've been talking about Mexicans.
Okay.
So let me bring it up here.
Am I Pierre Lacroix?
You can be whoever you want.
Yeah.
And that's the fun of this too, Eric, is that you are whoever you want to be.
I'm going to be Pierre Lacroix.
Pierre Lacroix.
Hi, Eric. My name is Pierre Lacroix.
What's up,
I've got to dial the number in. And again, hopefully someone answers. This is a Spanish spa.
What state are we calling?
We're calling Laredo, Texas.
Texas.
Hang on, let me get the number typed in here.
Deep in the heart, Texas.
So whatever you want to get, because we know how accommodating these Chinese girls are. So let's see how the Spanish girls and how well they communicate with you. That's the other thing, right? Call the fucking number. Okay, now we're on phone failures. This is not working out to our advantage tonight, people. Hang on. Let's try this again. This is a legitimate number. Maybe I've had my number revoked. Maybe Eric's right. Maybe they're taking away my phone.
Pierre Lacroix.
Yes. Hi.
We're gonna meet Pierre. He's a Canadian. Ryan's opinion of a Canadian. There we go. It's working. Remember to speak up. She's busy with a happy ending.
Please leave your message for 956-844-5330.
I got to back up. Hang on. Just give me 1 second.
Is this another massage parlor?
Yeah. Just give me a minute. You guys talk. You've been doing a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, I like that skull next to you, Brian. What is that?
Oh,
Is
that's actually a Halloween decoration that fucking Kim got that I just stole and brought down here. It's supposed to.
Does it look like an alien or so?
It's fucking heavy. It's supposed to. There's a light inside of it, so it turns purple and red and whatnot.
Oh, we're getting a call. Hang on. Let's answer.
Oh, Skype call?
Be ready. Pierre Lacroix. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
I don't know. You called me. Who's this?
No, I did not call you.
Yes, you did. It rang on my end. Hello. You interrupted my facial. So
Hello?
please tell me why you're calling. My name is Pierre. Who is this?
I received a call from this number.
No, you absolutely did not. You just called me. That's how I picked up the phone. That's why I said hello. Who is this?
And that's the way it goes sometimes, people. You're going to call a place called Swedish Touch. They've got a this is still you, Big B. They've got a 1-star rating on Google.
1 star, huh?
On Google.
And, this is where we turn for our ratings on massage parlors.
You know, it's class now. It's 1 star on Google.
And we're Vancouver, Canada this time. That was great. Just pissed off.
Hi, thanks for calling the Swedish Touch.
Yes, hi. My name is Pierre, and I'm just in town from Montreal. And I was wondering if you could tell me the packages that you have.
Okay, did you check out our website?
I looked at it very briefly, but I got so excited. I just wanted to call and talk to someone live and in person.
I see. Okay, well, we have a half-an-hour session for $90 and a 1-hour session for $132.
Ooh.
What that includes is a nice light touch massage done by a beautiful model of your choice. She wears lingerie. It's done in a beautiful fantasy room that you choose together. Hot shower, beverage, tax, hot towel services included. When you come in, you meet all the girls and choose a girl from there, and then you go on a tour and pick out a room.
Now, let me stop you there. I'm sorry. Can I stop you right there for a second, please? Hello. Hello. Oh yes. You had said girls and she. Do you have men there?
I'm sorry?
Do you have men?
No, we do not. They're female attendants.
They're all female. I mean, is there one that maybe in transition? Maybe.
No, not at all.
Just all females, huh? I was hoping for a nice studly man. I'm brand new from Montreal. I just wanted to come by and get a nice massage from a nice, strong, strapping young man.
In Vancouver. Bye-bye.
There's your 1-star rating.
You want business, you gotta,
You should have said you wanted to go into the Babylonian room or something.
I was hoping you said I couldn't look at your website. I'm blind. And I also have no hands, so I can't type.
I love this guy. Here's what I got for you. This is going to be something a little interesting.
Okay.
We're gonna call. We're gonna call a pizzeria in Toronto, in Canada, and you are going to be whatever you choose to call yourself. You are going to be visiting from New York, and because you're in Canada, you want to order beaver meat on your pizza.
Okay.
Now, let me find a place that's still open here. That's the problem with calling Toronto. And this is a Brooklyn style pizza. Oh, I don't have a number for that one. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to go to Calgary. Hang on. Toronto closes. It's just getting late. So we're going to switch it over to Calgary.
Heart. Brett the Hitman Hart. Pizzeria.
Need a phone number here. Okay. You're going to call a place, and I got to type the number in. Give me a minute here.
Type it in.
You're going to call a place. This actually has a 4-star rating. It is called Without Papers Pizza.
WAP.
Without
Without papers.
Without papers. Yep.
And you're new to Canada, and you know that beavers are
delicious. I'm Stark Bronson, and I'm here from Manhattan, New York. Just wanted to try beaver on my pizza.
I'm sure you're gonna have fun here. Here we go. Without Papers Pizza, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Turzo making the call.
Thank you for calling Without Papers Pizza.
How you doing? How you doing? I'm Stark Bronson. I just came in from New York, and I wanted to try your pizza. Without Papers, very clever name. How are you tonight? How you doing? Do you have a slice maybe with some beaver or some moose knuckle, something that I can, I just want, hello?
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand.
Do you have a pizza with beaver on it? Beaver meat. I'm not trying to be sexual or weird or anything. I'm really curious about the beaver pizza.
I'm sorry, I have a really terrible connection. I can't understand.
What? It's beaver. It's beaver pizza. It's easy to understand. You just gotta open your ears.
Okay, I'm gonna get you on hold.
Put me on hold. Okay. Just stay on hold for a second.
Just be loud. Sometimes you gotta be loud.
The microphone. I don't know where my microphone is on my.
Oh my God! We just got a close up of his mouth. It was like that was like that thing from that Plant movie. Now, are we really on hold? Because this is not 4-star service.
This really isn't. I'm very.
Call still connected on your end?
I think it's 3-star, maybe 2.
Hang on, let me check. Yeah. Oh, no, she didn't put you on hold. Oh, that bitch. We're calling her back.
Oh, they hung up, huh?
Okay, hang on. That's not putting someone on hold.
Hey, oh, you fucking hung up on me, you fucking
Now you need
cunt.
to talk to a fucking manager. Fucking put me on hold my ass. We got a show we're trying to do here.
Terrible products they're selling.
Oh, no, it's you're going through my computer, and you sound good to me. But
Yeah, she probably.
Without paper sheets as well, speaking. Hello?
Hi, for some reason. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
why are they hanging up on us?
They don't hear me.
But they heard Big B.
He's got that gigantic microphone.
Okay, hang on. We're gonna call. What time is it? One more quick one.
One more quick. Let's do it.
Let's have him call the UFO hotline. Let's see if the fucker's gonna answer this time. This is the National UFO Reporting Service.
He may be taking a shit.
Yeah, he's a character too. This guy. He's gonna ask you which way Venus is in the whatever planet is.
Whenever you tell him, when he says, what direction were you looking, just tell him up.
Yeah. And he's going to ask you if you have a compass with you and shit when you let out the dog, and it's all good. But this is a UFO reporting hotline. And 3/8. All right, here we go. Let's try this one last time, folks. One last call for the week. We'll have Eric back. Don't worry.
Beef or pizza? Nah, I'm looking for that. Is that really a real? That's that real?
No, I made that up. I think we're going right to a machine. This fucker.
Hello?
Hello. Is this the UFO hotline?
No.
What? Hi. How are you, though? Let's talk about UFOs. My name is Doc Bronson. I look for people who want to talk about UFOs randomly, and I think you're a good candidate. Hi. What's your name?
Fuck you.
Thank you. You have a good night.
She just said, fuck you. I just realized I called the wrong number. Let's try this again. Poor Eric. That was for a handyman in Laredo, Texas.
That's the appropriate response for a Texan, I guess.
That's perfect. Fuck you.
Probably surprised he didn't shoot her phone.
What I'm really concerned about is what if there really was a UFO abduction or fuck. This is concerning. This is worthy of a protest. Never put your lip that close to the camera again.
Don't do it. What happened? I'm clean. There's nothing going on.
National UFO Reporting Center. Good evening.
Hi, how are you? Hi. I need to report. I was abducted about, I'd say.
Did you get photographs of the aliens?
I didn't have my camera with me. I usually have my camera with me. I put it down. It was like, you stupid idiot. You put it down. You should have had it. They put things in my mouth. And
what is with people hanging up on us tonight?
Am I coming on too strong?
I don't like him, and I am going to call him every week for the next 6 months. I'm going to have my son call next week. I've never exposed my child to this.
I guess once you say you don't have pictures, he hangs up. He's just like, I waste of time.
And then he's going to tell you to post it to the website. And what if there was really a concern?
Yeah, what if they raped me anally and I was bleeding out from my life? They don't come to help you at all? They just
no. This guy, he's running a log on a. We got to come up with a good plan, Big B.
There's no. It's terrible.
We got to get this guy good. Tell him we have photograph. Actually, if you want, I can record some things and tell him I don't have photographs, but I got audio.
Okay.
Do that. Yes.
Because I'm not leaving this guy alone. I don't like him.
He reminds me of Bill.
Yes, but an evil Bill.
We have to call Bill back. Do you still have Bill's number?
I got Bill's number.
We still have to find a home for the goat.
All right, hang on. You guys talk for a second. Let me find.
Are you bringing up Bill's number?
I have Bill here. Yes, I say Bill here. He was renting an apartment in Calgary. He's got a Nigerian upstairs.
That's. But is he still renting out the apartment?
Well, I don't know. I haven't found this guy on fucking Craigslist.
Oh, that's the best place to meet people, Craigslist. That's what we should do. We should call people up at Craigslist just randomly.
We got Bill so frustrated because we wanted to have 12 people in a room with a goat.
Do you want to come back with us next week, Eric, and we'll do a whole show on calls and stuff?
Yes.
It's available. I don't expect a full-time position. You haven't won that yet.
No, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
You need to keep someone on the air for more than 90 seconds.
Okay. People like turning? Hopefully, I'm not downing your listenership.
Oh, this is Eric, dude. This is a lot of fun.
Been a great show. All right, folks, you're getting bonus material. So why don't you go to Patreon or PayPal and give us $1 or $2? Cave Crew Radio. All right, here's Bill. Who's talking? Brian?
I'll talk, yeah.
You know the guy. Might not get him. Oh no, hang on. I'm calling the spaghetti monster girl. See, I'm doing
what?
What the fuck is a spaghetti monster?
Well, we'll talk about that next week. Hang on. Let me find Bill's number here. The fuck is Bill's number? Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. First you call the fucking builder and Laredo.
Where was Bill again? I'm sorry, I forgot where Bill was.
I was in Calgary, Alberta.
Calgary, okay.
Calgary. With a Nigerian.
He has a Nigerian upstairs. He did have a room for rent. Maybe you can just say, I'm just following back. The goat has lost a lot of weight. I don't know. Say whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, we're calling.
I've lost the number again. Give me 2 seconds here.
Okay.
I'm doing too many jobs at once. I don't want to call the wrong person again. I feel bad. All right, here we go. This is Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, we are calling Bill again.
Call him.
You guys got a special 2-hour episode tonight.
2 hours.
Hello? Hello?
Yes. Hi. May I speak to Bill, please?
Hello?
Yes. Is this Bill?
It is.
Hi, Bill. How are you? My name is Raphael, and I'm calling from the Refugee Placement Association of America. Within the past 6 months, we had a call out to you regarding a room for rent. That we were trying to have refuge. We're trying to place some of our refugees, along with their families and so forth, in various rooms throughout the country. And I just wanted to follow up with you. We understand that you were in contact with at least one of our representatives. And I definitely wanted to follow up. We do have a family that is looking for placement, a Syrian family looking for placement.
Please place us.
And along with them obviously comes their wife, child, and their goat.
Don't forget the goat.
I already explained everything to him when he called. Okay, what I have here is not meant for a family. Okay, and so it might be like college students, like one college student, too. But he was talking about all kinds of crazy things, like a goat that he needed to have a place for, and then another point he said that he wanted to put maybe 7 or 8 different guys into one room, and I said, "Not the hell with that! I'm not doing that. It'll trash my house." You know that. So I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay, so what I have on the form in front of me is that maybe it was misfiled. I'm not sure, but what I have in the form in front of me is that you were open to housing a Syrian refugee family. What I have is a family of 4. I have
anybody else open to housing a refugee. Not that I would decline a refugee if he had the right qualifications and the right that he was. Maybe a student or something, and that he already had financial stuff worked out for him. But I do not want a family. Period.
Well. Let me retort that, sir. These are refugees. How would they have financial capabilities. They are refugees coming from Syria. We need to house them and get them financially viable within the country. So we need to place them in a house. We need to place them with jobs, and we need to find a loving home for the goat.
They want some beaver pizza.
This is not the place for them. I have room for one person. One person.
Well, that's fine. Remember, these people.
One person who has income, he's got a job, or he's got a student loan, or he's got something. But I'm not.
Sir, you're talking to a government agency, so we're obviously going to be paying you for your services.
That's bullshit.
Sir, this is not bullshit. We are a government agency. We will pay you for your services. Obviously, you are opening your home to a Syrian refugee family and their goat. We will pay you a handsome sum, a monthly handsome sum of $500. Sir, are you there?
No, I think we lost Bill. That was excellent, Bill. And someone contacted me, and they wanted me to take a goat.
He remembered us.
How could you forget?
That is true.
I called your house, and I spoke to you, and you weren't involved in radio at all. And I explained to you that I wanted to house us 11 people in a one-room apartment, and they had a goat. I have to pull that call, and we've got to play it for Eric next week. The guy just about lost his nuts over it. Eric.
Oh, man.
Fantastic.
I can't believe he remembered it either, though. Just goes to show the lasting impression. You are not a government agency.
Bullshit.
I take a goat in this place. I got a Nigerian upstairs, and I got cameras in his room. He's probably a pervert.
I was hoping you'd ask, if you won't take the whole family, can one family live in the apartment each week? We'll just rotate one member of the family.
What I wanted to say, but he didn't give me time, was that there's only room for one person. I was going to say, that's fine. In Syria, they live 15, 20 to a room. So they're perfectly fine. If it's only 4 of them, it's like a mansion to them.
The poor guy goes ballistic, though. Yeah, I'll get the call. I got to find them. I don't know where they are.
Bill loses his mind.
Yeah.
Do you think he knows he's on the show at this point?
No, I don't. I'll find the call. I got to find it. That was a long.
We really haven't talked to him in a long time. 6 months was just off the top of my head. It may have been a year since we talked to him. I don't know.
And he went ballistic. We do not have the climate for a goat. He was more concerned about the goat
and anything else.
Getting it to the Humane Society.
Right.
Goats are precious. People love goats nowadays. They're so popular, goats. Right?
Everybody loves goats.
Everybody is greatest of all time. GOA.
You fucking goat lover, you.
Anyway, listen, folks, it's getting to that point again. And again, if you like what we do, I'm not trying to twist any arms or anything. You're listening there in podcast land or out on Podcast Radio Network or wherever you're listening from. We got PayPal and we got Patreon, and I could get a camera mount for probably $15.
Sure, then we wouldn't have to see DK's hand.
That was scary. That was like the chew cam again. Anyway, Eric, what happens now, and again, I'm going to go to Big B first. I got to check the chat room because I've completely ignored it tonight. They probably all left.
I didn't even log into the chat room.
Let me see what's going on out there. Okay.
Anybody in the chat room?
Else out there? We got a few. So in the chat room, you know the game. Name the episode. I'll give one. Professor L says that Eric is going to be the videographer for his wedding.
That's right.
He is. Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that footage. Maybe we'll play it live on the show.
Oh, and yes. Speaking of that, before we name the show, Eric, is there anything you need to promote? You want to promote photography stuff? Anything going on with you?
Oh, no, not right now. I'm just doing some stuff on the DL. I'll have some stuff shortly too, but not right now. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
you have a website or
Nothing. I just have my Facebook page, Terzo Photo at on Facebook, but that's it. I mean, I'm in the middle of a bunch of things, so I want to, when they're done, that's when I want to promote them.
And let me tell you, when it's done,
are you on Fiverr?
I'm not on Fiverr. What's that? I don't know what that is. I got to find it.
People pay $5. Maybe you do a picture for them or something. I don't know.
Ah.
And let me tell you, whenever Eric's done with his stuff and we're able to promote it, he takes great fucking pictures. I've seen a lot of pictures that he takes. He's entered them in New York photography contests and all that. Great fucking pictures.
Grazie. Thank you.
He's a phenomenal photographer.
Thank you.
And maybe if you don't drink so much scotch and you watch your language, you can come on my new show.
Right. But if I come in a new show, I'm drinking. I'm drinking. I don't know. I'm drinking.
No. He's gonna drink milk.
We don't know. You're allowed to still drink scotch. It's just we're not trying to pun goats on pork.
Us liberals drink almond milk.
Almond milk. There you go.
Oh, I'm kidding. Oh,
so liberal. That sounds so liberal. Anyway, Big B, over to you. I've got a couple ideas that I want to put on the table, but 2K17 episode 5. What would you name it?
I didn't take one note tonight. I was too involved in the debate. But I would name this episode The Great Goat Protest.
The Great Goat. See, that's way going off of what I've got. The Great Goat Protest. All right, I'm going to go to myself. Give Eric a few minutes to see how we do this. I've got 2 ideas. I think my favorite one is move the kid to Washington and Skype in.
Okay.
The other one I liked was a drone war with Mexicans. So there you see. We just kind of pick things we've talked about, and we try to name the show in a sentence or so. Not always easy.
What?
Let's give Eric another second and let's go to the chat. I have to go back into the chat.
Yeah, let me.
Go into the chat. I don't know. Something with.
El's not.
Nothing there. Last thing. That was you, DK. It's a great, honest debate. Okay, nothing.
Yeah, nothing from the chat tonight. That's okay. Nothing. I think we got some good ideas on the table. The Great Goat Protest. Move the kid to Washington and have him Skype in. A drone war with Mexicans. And Al says White House schooling by Skype.
Okay. Eric, do you have anything?
Yeah, anything that's taken you tonight. Anything that made you laugh. Anything that drove home.
Bill's all right, and I like beaver pizza.
Bill's all right, and I like beaver pizza. It's not bad.
Okay.
All right, so now what we do, it gets the hard part. We've got Bill's all right, I like beaver pizza. We've got the Great Goat Protest. We've got move the kid to Washington and have him Skype in. And we have drones, a drone war with Mexico, and White House schooling by Skype. So we just simply vote on it. I'm going to hold my own on this one. I usually give in every week. I'd like to move the kid to Washington and Skype in.
Okay. Eric, which one do you like?
I like that. I also, how about this? How we consolidate pizza and roller coasters? No, I'm going with I'm going with the Mexican drone wars. I don't know. I like that.
Okay, Mexican. You got to vote on you pretty much, and Al vote in. We're down to 2 right now, unless Big B throws a third in there.
No, I will actually. I like the Mexican drone wars.
Okay,
that's very funny.
A drone war
with Mexico.
So Al, it doesn't really matter where you vote at this point. So episode 5, 2K17, a drone war with Mexican, which would be fascinating, especially if it's covered on like CNN and Fox.
Would make a great new age Western, like a standoff with 2 drones. So either one on either side,
I don't want no drones on the Mexican side, though. I just want them running, with their ladders across the wall. And
well, we could do a remake of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly with drones.
Yeah,
drones. The good. Just imagine a Mexican standoff with drones, like 10-gallon like shoot off or whatever.
Like the fucking Alamo. I don't know.
You put like a rockets on one of the drones and like a little sombrero.
Listen, I want to thank you again, Eric. It's been a absolute pleasure having you. I don't know if it's your first time on a show, but with us, you did fantastic.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed myself immensely. Thanks again. And again, I think this is how we should converse, both sides. Stop living behind your keyboard and your smartphone. We got to talk to each other. Town hall meetings.
Each other talking.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, I know I keep going back to hockey, but one of the things I'm working for this year, like I told my wife, run for the school board. Well, what I'm working on in hockey, and I'm not sure what direction I'm going to take it, is build bridges, not walls. Because walls lock people out. Bridges invite people to talk or whatever, right?
Plus, the people who don't want to live can jump off of them easier and probably die better. You got a 30-foot wall, you're probably going to live if you jump off the wall.
If you really disagree with the person, you just clothesline them and knock them off the bridge.
There you go.
Right.
Then they'll land in water, and you won't be charged with murder. I'm liking all this stuff. All right, so Eric, you're good again for next week.
I'll come on next week. Yeah, hopefully I'll get a better mic so I can they can hear me.
No, you actually sounded really good, except for when you gave us a close lip. I think you need to put some Vaseline or something on it. But,
and
again, Eric, let me know if you want to come by here. I'll come get you. We can come by here.
He's got the whole studio there.
That might be better next time. The only reason why I did it here is just I have to go to bed now. I have to get up. I have to be at work at 7 tomorrow morning. I hate myself. But
yeah, check your schedule. Well, I mean, we also had 10 inches of snow, so it'd be kind of hard to come get you. But yeah, check your schedule. Let me know. You can come by here next week.
So anyway, folks, we have to end the show because the bleeding heart liberal snowflake has to go to work tomorrow.
I do. I have to pay my taxes so I can protect Trump's kid.
Folks, we appreciate you listening wherever you're listening from. And we'll be back next week. Don't forget, Sir Big B, Brian Crean, live. He's on the 9:50 spot. The show's going to air 9 o'clock Sunday night. We're going to simulcast it. Big B says I can do it with 2 players, so we'll see how it works out. So we'll hear him there, and we'll get to know him a little better because we never seem to have time on the show. So everybody take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace out.
Love each other. Protest in peace. Make love, not war.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!